For over a century, roller coasters have been viewed as a form of entertainment. But believe it or not, a good roller coaster can be compared to a good story. Both need a memorable ending. Both need something unique. Coasters can come in many different sizes and experiences, much like books can fall under many different genres. A book can have an interesting concept, but that concept could be ruined by poor pacing and questionable writing choices, just as a coaster could have a strong layout but suffer from roughness and a lack of theming. You could even say that a roller coaster can tell a story through its layout. Today, I'll be sharing my top 10 favorite roller coasters I've ridden. These rankings are determined by layout, smoothness, theming, and many other different factors. At number 10 is Afterburn at Carowinds in North Carolina. Afterburn is an inverted coaster, meaning the train is suspended underneath the track. Like other inverted coasters, it has very snappy turns and memorable elements. The ride is themed to fighter jets, which fits the sense of speed nicely. However, there isn't anything quite unique enough to rank it higher. Number 9 is King Ka at Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey. The world's tallest roller coaster should be a major bucket list item for everyone. It has an amazing sense of speed, and uses a hydraulic launch to propel riders up a large top hat. Twisting straight down afterwards is an indescribable feeling. This coaster is proof that size isn't everything though. The ride lasts less than a minute, as it only features a top hat and a launch, making the ride feel very incomplete. Number 8 is Alpengeist at Busch Gardens Williamsburg in Virginia. This coaster is the same inverted model as Afterburn, but couldn't be more different. Like most rides at Busch Gardens, it has excellent theming in the form of a ski ride gone wrong, with a lift hill resembling a ski lift. The forest valley it dives into provides beautiful scenery, and it provides such intense forces that I sometimes gray out. This ride is all about size, scale, and intensity. Unfortunately, the latter half is a little underwhelming, and doesn't provide much intensity. Alpengeist is also somewhat rough, placing it a little lower on the list. Number 7 is in the same park, and it's Apollo's Chariot. This 210-foot coaster has plenty of airtime in a beautiful setting. Due to most of the ride being hidden in the woods, footage of it is hard to come by. After large, floaty airtime hills and a helix, the ride changes gears and has short but powerful airtime hills, which gives the ride a strong ending. Though it isn't the most unique coaster out there, it does everything it needs to and more. At number 6 is Copperhead Strike, once again at Carowinds. By far one of the most versatile rides on this list. Copperhead Strike combines airtime, inversions, fun theming, and good pacing to deliver a full package. Themed to a grandma selling moonshine, it fits well being in the Carolinas. You'll never get bored as you navigate sharp turns, quick airtime hills, and inversions so slow that you feel like you're about to fall out. Its biggest weaknesses are the slower magnetic launches, which accelerate slowly enough to not be very exciting. For number 5, I put Intimidator 305 at King's Dominion in Virginia. This coaster, to put it simply, is insane. Loosely themed to Dale Earnhardt, the ride accurately emulates a NASCAR race, with sharp turns and overwhelming speed. It also emulates the high G-forces of a race perfectly, as the 90-mile-per-hour first turn is so intense that you are guaranteed to lose your vision and feel dizzy. This is followed by a relieving airtime hill and plenty of snappy turns. This is the only coaster I cannot ride multiple times in a row because it is simply too intense. This is both a positive and a negative. Number 4 is Pantheon. Returning to Busch Gardens Williamsburg once more, it is the park's newest addition. The ride has incredible moments, including out-of-your-seat airtime, impressive inversions, and forceful launches. It's glass smooth every step of the way, and feels unpredictable in the best way possible. It's easily the best ride in the park. Unfortunately, it is severely lacking in theming. It claims to be themed to be Roman gods, but it's disappointing for a park known for beautiful scenery and only features an empty field. At number 3 is Fury 325 at Carowinds. The best coaster in the park, it is an icon among both enthusiasts and casual parkgoers. The Treble Clef is one of the first things you see entering the park. Fury 325, as the name suggests, is 325 feet tall. The drop feels like it lasts a lifetime, and quickly enters sweeping turns and tall airtime hills. It isn't particularly innovative, but it doesn't need to be. It's a perfection of designs from decades past, and I couldn't get enough of it. Crossing the Atlantic for number 2, we have Expedition G-Force at Holiday Park in Germany. If Fury 325 gave feelings of floating, this coaster gives feelings of being ejected out of your seat. Despite being half the height of Fury, it feels more intense thanks to unpredictable turns and wild airtime. This coaster also has nice forest scenery and feels smooth the entire time. For enthusiasts interested in purely airtime, this is paradise. Finally, number 1 is Twisted Timbers at King's Dominion. This is what happens when you combine unreal inversions, absolute smoothness, and relentless airtime. The pacing of this coaster is nearly perfect too. The first drop itself is an inversion, and it only gets better from there, with fast ejector hills, followed by fast barrel rolls, followed by smooth but snappy turns. It features everything a modern roller coaster should have, and more. The most amazing fact of all is that all of this comes in a ride only 110 feet tall. And those were the top 10 roller coasters I've ridden. For those of you that have been to Six Flags Great Adventure, you might be curious as to why the much beloved El Toro is not featured on the list. Unfortunately, when I visited the park in 2021, El Toro was closed. Hopefully someday I'll be able to ride it, and many other roller coasters that have been highly recommended.